Let's kick the game off and start with a great one. You ready to play?
Yep.
All right, Banana, fire away.
All right. What does it mean if someone says, take a load off?
Uh,
It's a whole song.
I think I forgot this one.
Take a load off Fanny.
Yeah.
What's the next line in that song? Take a load off Fanny and put
Take
the
a load
load right
No,
on
you
me.
skipped a bunch of lyrics.
All right, whatever.
You asked me what the next lyrics were, and I was
I
like,
have no clue.
you don't have a clue?
Nope.
I'm trying to think of how I could give you a hint. Take a load off. You've been working all day. Go ahead and take a load off.
There you go. That's a good hint.
Like just try to rest,
Yep. Yep. That's
There
exactly.
you go.
Yep.
You nailed it.
You
Very
nailed
I
good.
knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just needed a little context, right?
I wonder if is that mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that could be interpreted bad by some people. Like take a load off. Like I'm a load. Like me putting myself down is a big load. Is that what you're trying to say? I feel like someone could get kind of sensitive about that. Maybe.
Skylar is completely making it so I can't be normal.
Well, normal. That's a
That's a
relative term, especially today.
yeah.
Thank you.
Well, so
to,
he gets to ask. a
yeah.
question.
So, did you have something you wanted to ask us or talk about?
Sure. I know you've been asked this a lot, but like, do you just see like straight black when you're blind?
I mean, there are like Tommy Edison, who's another creator. He was born without eyesight at all. So I don't know if black is the right word because black is a color. It's all the colors.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to explain as my central vision started to go away. It wasn't like I was seeing black; it just wasn't there. And I feel like sighted people like the analogy of it's like trying to look out of your elbow. I see that or I hear that a lot in the comments. And at first I was like, I don't know how I feel about that, but I guess trying to relate a lack of vision to people with vision, like, yeah, you can't see out of your elbow, you can't see out of your knee. It's not there, but it is a very difficult concept for people to understand. But yeah, there's just this big lack of input that I get now compared to what I used to be able to get when I had some vision.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You like, what do you see when you dream?
Oh, I see perfectly in my dreams. In my dreams, I actually,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah, I love dreaming. I close my eyes at night, I fall asleep, and then I start dreaming in good dreams. But I was telling Banana the other day, now I'm dreaming and I can see stuff, but I'm still walking around in my dreams like asking people for help, like as if I can't
Super
see.
interesting.
It's super weird because in the dream, like I'll be looking at like a street sign and it'll say like Main Street on it, and then I'll literally be like talking to the person in my dream, and be like, "Can you tell me where Main Street is?" But I know I'm on Main Street because I'm looking at the sign. It's really weird. What do you think that means, Banana?
Yeah.
Man,
I can't believe I was actually like the first person to type in the number because that's like crazy.
I'm-
That's
I clicked on
awesome.
it so fast.
I'm glad you got through.
I have good. Yeah, I got good Wi-Fi. That's probably why.
Oh,
yeah,
good,
probably.
good. I think this is going to be.
Yeah.
So you didn't get us on Instagram or TikTok, did you?
I got us on.
I got you on Instagram.
Instagram.
Oh, we're on Instagram.
But not TikTok.
Okay, well that's cool because TikTok doesn't like us anyway. All right, so we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitch, and we're on YouTube. And we had our very first caller get the answer correct. So thank you for that. Thank you for kicking us off well.
Can you hear? Can you turn up? Oh, bye. Thank you for
Oh,
calling.
thank you. What do you want me to turn up? You?
My headphones.
Yeah, your headphones. 1, 2, 3. There, you should be a little bit louder right there.
And can you?
How's that?
Do I seem loud enough?
Yeah, I can make you a little louder if you'd like.
I think so. Okay, that's better.
There you go.
Then I can hold it away from me.
Okay, 760-517-6844. Now that we're rolling, now that we got things going, now that we're on most of our audiences, we'll start getting some more good questions going. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. Who's this?
Fascinators.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I think I let go of that.
What did they say? Oh,
Yeah, no.
the same thing as
But also, do you have a pen that works?
I had a pen, and then you told me you had a pen. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
So there you go. There's a pen. It's a felt tip pen. 760-517-6844. We like clean callers here to have some fun. So let's try that again. Who's this?
Sorry.
Sorry, Banana's laughing.
I'm not laughing at
Hello?
you.
Yeah.
Hello.
We'll explain in a second. Who's this?
This is Rob.
Rob.
Hi, Rob.
What's going on? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Midland, Texas.
Nice. Banana was laughing because I think as you came online, all of my devices started talking to me all at once.
Talking
Is that
out
what
loud,
happened?
yeah, and
Yeah.
then just one more technical problem.
I tried to mute everything, but can't get them all. Can't get them all today. How's life in Midland, Texas? What's the most exciting thing happening in your hometown this evening?
I live in a pretty boring town.
Okay.
Probably I went to church group. That's probably it.
All right.
Oh, exciting.
I got invited to a surfing church group last weekend. I didn't know it was a surfing church group, but Nisha and I got invited over, and they offered us donuts. They were like, "Hey, would you like some donuts?" And I was like, "I like donuts." And then it ended up being a church group, and I was like, that part was not explained initially. So
I might have got it if
You-
I was there.
you would have realized that it was a church group.
Well, growing up in the Catholic Church, like basically you got bribed to go to church by the
Oh.
fact that you were promised donuts.
Donuts. All right.
afterwards.
Well, you calling to play the old timey phrase game, Rob?
Yes.
All right, Banana, fire away.
All right. What does it mean to cut a rug?
Cut a rug.
Ooh,
That one's probably like right out of the 20s, right? Like a flapper. Flappers would go out and cut a rug at night.
I feel like it's earlier than that.
Earlier than that.
Really do.
Do we have the meaning of this one?
I don't actually have any meanings.
Oh, okay. Well, some people in the comment section, you guys are just going to have some fun trying to figure out these things.
All right,
and
let
come up
Rob
with
try
the
to figure it
meanings.
out.
Yeah.
maybe like trying like are hints allowed? I don't know.
If you're,
Well, let me, so,
Yeah.
a lot of times it's said with more like slang rather than cut a rug. It's cutting a rug. Like if you were to say,
I don't know if that helps.
they're really cutting a rug.
You'd go out to a club and you cut a rug.
Right? That's too many.
I know. Well, you could do a lot of things at a club. Thanks.
Maybe I don't know, cutting wax paper to make a joint.
It's a little more innocent.
That was so specific.
Yeah, it really
with
was.
the wax paper.
Is that even a thing? Do people
Is that
use
even-
wax paper for joints? I don't even know. Is that a thing?
Is there somebody? Is the person
Yeah.
altering their voice?
I don't know. No, that is not the answer.
That was my favorite misguess
Yeah,
of all
that
time.
was specific and weird and interesting.
No, it means, go ahead.
No, you can do it. It's Banana's game.
It just means that they're like dancing well on the dance floor.
Yeah, you go out and you cut a rug
Oh.
as you just go out and you dance.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Oh, I overcomplicated that.
Yeah, a little bit. I would assume the meaning is something, or it comes from like, I don't know, maybe there are rugs on the dance floor and you're doing so many moves and cutting,
That it's like messing up the rug.
cutting up the rug
That's
with
a
your high
really
heels or
good
something.
guess. I like that.
Yeah, all right. If I had, all of my phones are now operating this contraption of a disaster today, but if I had any of my phones, I would look up the meaning of cut a rug. But, all right, you didn't get that one, but because you had one of the more interesting guesses we've ever had on the show.
And because you made me laugh really hard with your guess.
Yeah, did you have a question, something you wanted to ask, Rob?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well,
Perfect.
thank you for playing the old time praise game. See, I like it. If people just want to like throw out like whatever you possibly might think it is, I'm like, what are you doing at a club? And Rob's like, well, they're obviously smoking weed at this club. And so what would you cut? Cut up wax paper for your joint. Okay.
I'm gonna have to Google that.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this a technique?
Is that the newfangled way the kids are doing it these days? Inside wax paper? I don't know. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. Who's this?
Hello, this is Logan. How are you?
Logan, I'm great. Where are you calling from?
From Florida.
Anything exciting going on in your neck of the woods?
No, kind of boring. Small town.
All right. It's I don't even know. I know the NHL postseason is starting. If you're near, I think the Panthers are in it, or the Lightning, or defending champ. I don't know. Do you follow hockey at all?
Yeah, I like hockey. I watched it.
What's your team?
I like the New York Rangers
Oh, that's weird.
and the Florida Everblades.
Florida Everglades. Is
Yeah.
that like an AHL team?
That's like the minor league.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's funny. A lot of the I like the minor league teams in baseball. They always have like ridiculous. There's a minor league baseball team called the Bananas. They're the Savannah Bananas. Banana.
Wow.
I keep forgetting every year at Christmas. I want to get you a Savannah Bananas T-shirt.
Hey, I'm down. I'll wear it.
He'll wear it. But did you want to play the old timey phrase game?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Why not?
banana, go ahead.
Okay, so if somebody was to say to you, "What were you born in a barn?" What would you have done to make them say that to you?
You're like country, I guess, or
Nope.
uh, or like you're messy, like you have like messy hair or something, like.
I love all of these guesses.
Is that the second one's
No.
not right? That's not it.
No.
Can I guess as well? Because I don't know the answer. I thought born in a barn meant like you have no manners, right?
No.
No?
No.
To me. All right, neither of us are getting it. So it doesn't mean that you're messy. It doesn't mean you have no manners. Born in a barn.
You guys were right. It has something. You did something with like you've entered somebody's home and you've done something with the home.
What, you leave the door open?
Yes.
Oh.
Ding 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 ding.
All right.
Oh.
Jeez. I really thought born in a barn. I thought you just lived in a messy area, maybe with some
No.
horse poop in it or something.
Nope.
All right. Well, I didn't know that one either. So we got it together. Did you have a question? Something you want to tell us?
How was your day been?
My day was going pretty good. It was all pretty solid, and then I decided to. So right as we went to fire this thing up, the app that we use, of course, it said update available, and I bypassed the update, and that's why we didn't go online. So then I got the update, and then we went online. So other than that, how's your day been, Banana?
It's been good. I've had the day off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get some slope time?
I actually did not work on the slope. I ran some errands. Pretty darn boring. We should move on.
Kind of a boring Wednesday. All right. I want. If anybody has a joke, one of these days, I want to get a show of like all jokes. Do you know any jokes, Banana? No. Nisha's always trying to tell jokes on the weekend, and the one she told this weekend, I did the same thing you did. I laughed because it just sounded funny. / I was being nice, but I didn't get it at all. She said, "What do you call the wives of a polygamist hippie?" And the answer was one Mrs. And you have to say it right. One Mrs. Hippie, two Mrs. Hippie, three Mrs. Hippie. But she just said Mississippi, and I didn't get it. I know we need better. We need to come up with some better. Anybody has any good jokes? You can call with that as well. 760-517-6844. Who's this? Hello. Hello.
Anybody there?
Oh, I heard something.
Might be me.
Hi.
Oh, there you are. Who's this?
Oh, I'm Brendan.
Brendan, what's going on? Do you know any good jokes?
Oh, no, not
right.
really.
Future callers, if you can call up with some good jokes, I could use a giggle after the stress of this afternoon. Brendan, where are you calling from?
Wyoming.
All right, you want to see if you can figure out? I don't know. We didn't go over the list, I think, at all. So I'm probably going to know just as few phrases as anybody else. You want to try and see if you can get one of Banana's phrases?
Yeah.
All right, Banana, go ahead.
Okay. If I was to say, "Mum's the word," what does that mean?
Don't share it with anybody.
Yeah, you
That
knew
was
it right
really
away.
good.
Good job.
That was excellent. I like when people nail it right away too. And is it MUM, like mum's the
Yeah.
word?
And
So
for the record, I almost never tell you the phrases before we go on.
That's true, but I feel like a lot of them were ones that I guess you're correct. But a lot of the ones are like things that you and I have pooled or like talked about in the week before.
Yeah.
Now this was all. We have to give proper credit to Fred Baxter, who mailed us a list back in February, but we just got around to using it now. So Fred Baxter gave us all the phrases, most of the phrases we're going to be using tonight.
We also have to give credit to, I already forgot his name.
Who?
The caller just got it right immediately.
Oh yeah, what was your name
Brendan,
again?
right? Was it Brendan?
Yeah. Brendan?
Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Brendan.
Yeah. You getting it right. Did you have a question for us?
So like, what do you do for like workouts and stuff?
I've been interesting question. I don't know if anybody's ever asked me about
Yeah,
my
I don't
workout
think
routine
so.
before. Can I explain that, Banana? Is that boring for you?
It is, but I'll tune you out.
So for anybody that doesn't watch my workout and know my workout every day, I used to do, before I was into surfing, I was just into powerlifting. So I would, my sets were like 5-3-1, or maybe like 5-4-3-1, or, I'd go to failure. And I was trying to do everything as heavy as I could. And it was really terrible for my joints and for my tendons. And it wasn't really good for me at all. And since I shifted into surfing, since I moved out to California, I stopped bulking. I stopped trying to have maximum strength, and I started just trying to have more functional strength. So I break up my routines into chest and bis on Monday, legs on Tuesday, back and supplementals on Thursday, then legs and forearms and core on Friday. And then, of course, I surf on the weekends. And the other thing I've done with my workouts is I've sped them way up. When you're doing like training to failure, you basically take as much time as you need between sets so that you can do that last heavy one. Now I have a little timer running throughout my entire workout, and I don't take more than 30 seconds between any set. So I try and keep my heart rate at double its normal. So my normal resting heart rate is right around 59, 60, and I try and do my workout at 120 or above. So it's a more healthy workout.
That's cool.
That was
so
detailed.
I do powerlifting is what I do.
He used to do that too.
Yeah, I just honestly, it was a number of shows ago, and someone asked me, and everybody's body is different, but they asked me if I had any regrets, and I couldn't think of any at the time. But honestly, as I was like getting ready to go surfing that weekend, I was like, I wish I didn't power lift. All the problems that I have right now, like I used to squat 495 for sets. I was benching just around 315. I think I put up 315 a couple times, and I got a small frame. And so the powerlifting did a lot of damage to my joints, like a lot. It ruptured the L4 vertebra in my back. It carved out a hole in my left shoulder socket. It caused problems. But other people are built for it better. Are you just like a bigger built person?
Well, I'm 15, so I guess I am, yeah. I mean, my favorite's deadlift, and I deadlift for reps like 555.
Oh, wow.
That's a
At
lot.
15? Geez, you're going
Yeah.
to be a monster.
Yeah, you are. I just, the problem, like, I think when I was powerlifting, like, because I used to play football, when I was powerlifting in high school, everything kind of like bounces back. You're just kind of like a rubber band when you're in high school, and everything comes back. But I kept powerlifting into my 30s when there was no need for it. I just didn't have any other sports at the time.
Yeah, that leads me to a question for him.
Yeah.
Like, what motivates you to want to do powerlifting?
Well, I can't really do contact sports anymore because I blew my shoulder out in football.
Ooh.
I tackled a kid too hard and tore my shoulder blade off my back, and he did nerve damage and all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
That's a
Jeez.
lot.
Holy moly.
So-
Did you win the game?
And
Did you win the game?
we did, actually.
I was going to say, do you remember if you won the game or not?
Yeah, I just like thrive on activity, so it's just like one thing that I enjoy. It's just fun to me.
Well, you're kind of like where I was, as I was
Yeah.
losing my eyesight. Like I used to do a lot of stuff. I used to mountain bike. I used to play Frisbee with my friends, play pickup basketball. And then I just kind of started moving myself into the gym when I couldn't do those things anymore. And the thing about powerlifting and doing stuff like that is it is competitive to yourself. Like, I was creeping up on 315. I'd bench like 285, 295, then I'd hurt my wrist, and then I'd start back at 255. And then, so you get to compete against yourself. I'd just say be careful with it as you get older. I mean, I don't mean to like old man you or anything, but I really did some damage to my body doing powerlifting throughout my entire life. Just monitor. That was the problem. Like I was so focused on those goals. Like I really wanted to squat over 500. So I'd blow out my knee, and then I'd rehab it and do it again. Like if you blow out your knee, maybe don't go that high next time. Maybe your body's trying to tell you something.
Yeah, and be careful of your shoulder. Honestly, I don't think I know a single man over 40 that doesn't have a shoulder problem from some kind of sports-related thing.
Yeah. Every surfer, every old football player is like, my shoulders, they don't work anymore.
I'm sure they make like memes about it. Whatever.
But hey, if you're
Yeah.
enjoying it, if it's a good substitute for competition and getting in there and getting some adrenaline, I mean, I'm all for it. Just be mildly careful.
All right.
He didn't sound excited.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, fine, whatever. That sounds
We're like
stupid. I
Debbie
don't want
Downers over
to.
here.
Well, I know that's like one of the things I've always wanted to like. No, there's so many different. I go into social media and people expect you to do like you're kind of expected to skate your lane. So I do like surfing and motivation and daily life and some voice acting and stuff. Like a part of me, I know an absolute monstrous amount about like bodybuilding, weightlifting, nutritional supplements and stuff like that. But no one wants me to be a fitness influencer. I'd have to start like a whole nother channel, but it is something I'm actually very passionate about. I could talk. You said that I explained my routine in a lot of detail, which I did.
Yeah,
But I have even more detail.
I know.
Well, I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about fitness, and that's what's allowed me to be able to go out there and surf with people like half my age and keep up with them and stuff because I am passionate about staying in shape.
Yeah, I know you are.
Thank you. Anyway, it's the old timey
I
phrase
mean that in
game.
a mean way. I meant that in like you're quite fit.
Well, thank you. 760-517-6844 is the phone number, as if other things weren't going on. My left earbud just died. It's, just one of those days.
I just can't even.
I know. Anyway, who's this?
Hey, this is Cody.
Cody, what's going on?
You've called before, right?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
What's do you know your record in the old timey phrase game?
I don't believe I've played the old timey phrase game before.
Oh,
but
you
I
have
do
not?
use some old phrases.
All right.
No.
Well, let's see if we can kick you off with
Oh, I feel confused. Maybe there's another Cody.
I mean, there
involved.
might be another Cody. I feel we've
Yeah,
spoken before.
I remember hearing a Cody last week. I don't think that's me though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh yeah. Like
You're like, wait a minute. There's
Yeah,
more than
yeah,
one
yeah.
person named Cody out there.
seriously,
Sounds
that's
crazy.
Yeah.
that's nuts.
That's nuts.
Just go easy on me. For
All right.
old-timey
New
phrase.
Cody wants an entry-level old-timey phrase, Banana.
Okay, I'm dying to give it to you, but really, I'll forget this like side note story, which is that I nannied part time for this kid named Zealand, which I had never heard that before. And then I was at the grocery store today, and some woman was talking about somebody named Zealand.
Oh.
I was like, wow, I really thought he just had like the one and only.
No, that seems like a little bit more of a unique name than Cody.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I'll move on.
Yeah, that is a bit more unique.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I speed talked that story for you.
I got it. I
Okay.
appreciated
And
it.
he did too.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does it mean to throw in the towel?
Like you're giving up.
Woo!
Oh my gosh.
I see. You don't know. I
Yeah,
know what you're
I-
thinking. Banana's thinking it's too easy, but we've done ones that I have thought were super easy that have stumped the heck out of people. So you never know what people are going to know.
Okay, so legit,
Yeah,
your fr-
100%.
exactly. So your friend Fred wrote in parentheses after this,
Yeah.
young people have no, in capitals, idea what this means.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Cody knew.
Yeah.
Cody
so-
doesn't sound like an old man, I don't think.
No.
No, I'm definitely not. Not even close.
All
But you
right.
got it like without even thinking about it. So
I want
Good
the people in the comment section. Then we'll like go back and review later because apparently no one has any meanings of things. But throw in the towel, like, I know this one. I actually know what it's from.
What is
It's from boxing. When your manager or your
oh yeah.
when your coach throws in the towel,
yeah.
that means that your fighter is not fighting anymore.
Mm.
So if your corner man, that's what it is. Your corner man throws in the towel, the fight is over. Ha ha! Ding to me. I got
guys
that
both
one.
won.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
All right. Do you have any questions? Anything you want to talk about, Cody?
Yeah, I was wondering, do you have any like motivational words for like a 14-year-old? Anything not special,
Well, is there something that you're looking to do, or just is there something you're looking to achieve, something you want to do on a daily basis, or just general words of wisdom?
I mean, any like general words of wisdom you got,
I feel like we get a call and a question every once in a while. A lot of people have a difficult time with motivation, and that's never been a problem for me. I've been constantly motivated since I was like a little kid, and a lot of mine came from just kind of wanting to prove the world wrong. As I was losing my eyesight, people said that I wouldn't be able to do stuff, but I do. I'm not one of those like pen and paper people, obviously, because I can't read the pen and paper. But I like to set daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and long-term goals in my head, and they're always just kind of floating around there, like things that I want to accomplish. And when you have those achievements that you want to reach in your head, then it kind of makes waking up in the morning a little easier because you can't start working towards those goals until you get up. And like, when it's hard to put the work in, whether it's, doing a workout or sitting down and doing some work that you might not want to do, or just getting through a day, again, it's hard to achieve those goals if you don't take the steps. So for me, keeping things in mind that I want to accomplish, and even if the accomplish something is like surfing well this weekend, just having fun, putting the work in doesn't sound so bad because I feel like I've got a positive thing at the end of the tunnel that I'm trying to reach, if that makes any sense.
That's good advice for anyone, but it's like might be a little bit like
Goal oriented.
like mature, like basically no, goal oriented is great all the time, but like that might be advice for somebody who's like just graduated high school or whatever.
I guess, but I mean, like when you're in high
Is he
school,
really coming up with a 5-year plan?
well, do you know what you want to do in 5 years, Cody?
I do. I'm currently on track to like start a band, stuff like that. I've been playing electric guitar for about a year now.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
That sounds really
That's
fun.
probably my biggest goal in life. Become like a rock star.
There you go. I love it.
Reach for the stars.
Have you ever do you watch South Park at all?
I do. I love South Park.
There was an old episode. I mean, they're all old in my head because I used to watch them like 20 years ago. But there was a one when Stan Marsh's dad, they were all playing Guitar Hero. And then Stan Marsh's dad came in and started playing actual electric guitar. And all the kids were like, "You're such a loser.
You're so lame.
What a dork playing real guitar." They were all like, thought it was the nerdiest thing ever.
That episode.
Oh my god, too funny.
That one, you can probably dig that one up these days. But I think it's great. Like so many kids these days, the younger generation just wants to be the front person, the vocalist. Everybody wants to be I don't know who are like the top. Like Bieber doesn't play any instruments, and who's why am I blanking on her name? Most popular female artist in the world right now.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah, Taylor. She's just a vocalist.
Yeah.
She's singing, and like there's just not a lot of bands anymore that are coming up. So I think it's great that someone in high school right now. I mean, I assume you got a drummer and a bassist and a singer. Like it's a full on band.
I do. Yeah, I have some friends filling in those roles for me.
Yeah, bring back real bands. So many music for like the past 10 years is just this, orchestrated, computer generated music and a really, really talented vocalist. But I love people that just get up there and rock with some real music and some real musicians and stuff that they've all put together themselves. What's the name of your band?
We don't necessarily have a name yet. We're currently working on that.
All right. Well, when you come up with a band name, you have to call us back and plug your band name.
Oh, 100%.
All right.
Definitely.
Thanks for the call. What is Brooks's band's name? Our friend Brooks, I think it's like the Flaming Avocados or something like that.
I have no idea.
It's avocado something. Avocado sweet sauce. No,
I don't know.
I think it's the Flaming Avocados. I think people are doing well today with your questions.
Yeah, totally.
760-517-6844 is the phone number. And I think the trick to we've been getting some different callers today. I think what happened is when we started the show and completely failed, we had to dump everybody that normally calls,
Yeah.
and then we started all over again. We're getting some new people, I think. Hey, who's this?
Hey, this is Gabriel from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. How are y'all doing?
Good, Gabriel.
How
How
are
you
you?
doing?
I'm great.
Hey, who has the number one? Is it the Titans? Am I blanking? Who has the number one pick in the upcoming NFL draft? Is it the Titans?
I don't know. The Titans suck usually. I don't pay a lot of attention to football.
Yeah, it's tough to want to pay a lot of attention when your team starts to do horribly. Banana, I've been learning that as growing up New England Patriots fans. We watched every
Yeah.
game or listened to every game, and then all of a sudden it's like they can't put one drive together. And we're like, this isn't as fun as it used to be.
Yeah, we hung in there for a bit, but
So we know that feeling.
yeah.
All right, Gabriel, you want to play the old timey
Yeah.
phrase game?
Of course.
All right, Banana, go ahead.
All right, what does it mean to run it up the flagpole? Like
I don't know.
like someone, a coworker could say, "Well, we could run it up the flagpole
And see.
and see."
To like ask your boss?
That's a good guess.
It is a good guess.
That
but
actually
that's-
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, exactly. It really does. Yeah,
Because that would be like that. You know what that phrase would be? Let's run it up the ladder.
yeah.
Run it up
Yeah.
the ladder, and you ask the boss, and then the boss's boss. But the run it up a flagpole.
wait.
Oh yeah.
I have an idea. Is it like to pitch an idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
You just
yeah.
throw it up the flagpole. I don't.
It's like see how many people are on board with this idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder.
Or, like,
I wonder what the
see
meaning-
how people react.
I wonder what the meaning of that. Like, I guess if you put something up on a flagpole, then everybody can take a look at it and give their own opinion. That would be my guess of where that one comes from. I'm not really sure. What do you think?
I don't know.
The silence is
I don't
making me
know.
think you were giving me a funny look.
I just.
All right, tune in tomorrow when we come back with all the actual meanings of these things.
I've spoiled you. The part of the game was never for me to have
I know, I
backstory,
know, I
and then
know.
I brought a lot of backstory to the game.
Double duty work, but congratulations
Yeah,
on
you
getting
got,
that
like,
one.
just had to think about it.
Did you have a question for us?
Thank you. I do. It might be an emotional question. You don't have to answer it if you don't want
It's gonna
to.
be about
But what
Superdog.
was your favorite memory with Superdog?
Oh, so many. I
That's a really good question. Nobody's asked that.
Yeah.
And I don't know the answer, and I feel like I know everything Pete's gonna say.
Is Skylar in here? Is she
Yeah.
is she with us?
Yeah.
She's on the couch. She's usually over on this
Yeah,
side with me.
she's-
My favorite memory with Superdog is that I don't know.
Is it not appropriate?
it's I try to figure if I get
No, I don't think you're gonna get. I know what you're gonna say.
what the poo story?
Oh, I thought it was gonna be the lightning bolt thing.
No, lightning bolt. I don't even know what that is.
Drag it on the floor.
Oh no. So when he was a puppy, I took him for a walk and he took a dump on a side. He was a sidewalk dumper. You remember that?
Yeah, because you let him be.
I know, but he would never pull off to the side. Even if you tried to pull him off the side, he's like, "No, I'm gonna dump right in the middle of the sidewalk." And so he
We knew who was in charge in that relationship.
yeah. Well, he was a hard animal to control. And this is before we did any any real service dog. He was just a wild beast, basically. And so we went and took a dump in the middle of a sidewalk, and it was right in front of a house where this old lady was like out front playing with her garden. And she's like, "You're not going to leave that there, are you?" And I was like, no, I wasn't planning on it, but I also don't want to be like yelled at. So I bend down and I pick up the poop in a poop bag, and Superdog, for some reason, decided to grab the bag out of my hand in a very quick motion. He grabbed the bag out of my hand and shook it, because he just liked to destroy stuff. And he shook the bag of poop, and I reach, I'm trying to like find his head. I find his head and I snatch it back, and then so I'm holding the poop bag and it's completely empty. And there's none on me, of course, because why would there be? And it ended up being all over the lady. She's like, "I'm covered," and I'm like,
I wasn't there.
no,
but
you were not. I hadn't
Yeah.
met you yet. He was probably like 13 months old. And I'm like, "What do you do, Gabriel?" Like, so you're standing there and you've covered a lady in dog poop. Like, what do you do? Like, what would you do?
I'd probably run away.
Yeah, that was my initial.
I basically
I'd
ran
laugh
away.
and run away.
Yeah, she was like 3 houses away from my house. I knew I was going to be going by there a little bit. What do I do? Like, well, let's go get your garden hose, or like, "Hey, old lady, want to hop in the shower?" Like, I wasn't
Yeah.
gonna.
And you weren't like you weren't as blind, but you were still blind.
Yeah.
So like you weren't going to be super helpful.
No, I was not seeing a lot of detail, but I could definitely tell there was just like large blots of super poop all over her. That's actually, now I feel bad, like my best buddy in the world, and I'm telling a poop story. I mean, I have a lot of good,
It also says something
heartfelt.
about your own sense of humor that like that's your favorite story.
It was just such a moment. Like okay, I don't know. Now I've got like a million stories. A really really quick one. I went to a park once, and someone said, "I've got a tuna fish sandwich here. Can I give him a piece?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess you can give him a piece." So the person breaks off a piece of their tuna fish sandwich, like breaks off a little piece. And then apparently they were kind of like holding the sandwich in one hand and the piece in the other hand. And then Superdog reached and took the huge portion of the sandwich out of the person's hand and ate that whole thing and left them with the piece that they were trying to offer to him. And they explained it to me afterwards. They're like, "He took the big piece." I was like, "Wouldn't you?"
One of my like best / funniest Superdog stories, which this goes to show I have a good sense of humor because I did not win in this story. But we had gone to the Goods, which is this like gourmet donut shop, and I got my donut, and I basically was just holding it like this is gonna be amazing. And Superdog decided that I was waiting too long to
Yeah.
take my bite, and he was like, "What is she doing?" And he came over and he took the whole donut out of my hand and ate it.
It was a bit of a food thief.
Yeah.
But he also, I mean, there was a number of times he rescued me and helped me out and saved me. You know, whenever I was, as I was really losing my eyesight, he was super good he'd only go like 20 or 30 yards and then come back all the time. And if I ever got separated from him or lost from him, or if I got a little overwhelmed, I remember once I kind of got like in the middle of like this big family in the woods. If I took a knee, if I got down on one knee, he came back to me because he knew I needed help. That was something that he and I
That's
did
sweet.
together.
That's really
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
You have now given us an idea for an entire new themed show because now that like we're telling one story, like
I know.
I can now could tell another story and another story and
Yeah.
another story.
Thank you for allowing
Yeah.
allowing us to do that. Did you have something else? I appreciate that
Of
opportunity.
course.
Thank you.
I have a joke for you.
Good.
Heck
I
yeah.
asked for some jokes. Okay.
Yeah, I was watching the stream, and this is one of my favorite jokes, and my dad told me this. So, a blind man walks into a bar,
Yeah.
Yep.
and he goes and sits down. He orders his drink, and he asks the bartender, "Hey, you want to hear a blonde joke?"
Yeah.
And the bartender says, "Well, sir, just so you know, I'm blonde and I'm a motorcycle rider. There's a blonde over there that's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. That blonde just got out of prison, and that blonde's carrying a gun." And he
Okay.
said, "Well, I don't want to have to explain it 5 times."
That's pretty good. If I had a laugh track, I'd give it. I got a ding. I get a ding for that one. I thought it was going to be the short version of a blind man walks into a bar and says, "Hey, who put that bar there?"
Yeah, that was funny. Sometimes when
you.
I like say ridiculous things, I'm like, you know what? It's just a blonde moment.
Yes,
It's okay.
I appreciate that. Other jokes are welcome too. Gabriel, thank you very much for the call. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
It was good to talk to you.
All of my devices are making so much noise. I'm wondering.
honestly.
I'm wondering if there's like some big voiceover I'm supposed to be doing right now. Imagine if, because when big news breaks, like when something in the world goes down, I'm generally ahead of it. I'm told this information before most people know. I knew the war in Ukraine started about 2 or 3 hours before it hit the national airwaves. I actually predicted the death of Queen Elizabeth about 2 days before it happened.
True.
They had me reading that 2 days before. So if something huge is going on in the world right now, I should be reading about it. I think that's maybe why my devices are blowing up, but I won't know because we're going to get through this show one way or another.
yeah,
damn it.
yeah,
After all the
exactly.
work it took us to
Hell
get
or
on the air.
high water.
Hell or high water. So what time? It is
5:58 p.m.
5:58. I don't know what time we started, but
I think, well, 5:30, I think.
all right. So we'll
Well,
all right.
either way, we might have, just a heads up to everybody, we might have to wrap up more like 6:15.
Because it's someone's birthday party today. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. Who's this?
Hey, Pete, it's JT.
JT, what's going on?
Some pretty exciting stuff for my life.
Oh, yeah?
I have a YouTube channel,
All right.
Nice.
JT's Great Filmmaking Journey.
Yep.
Cool.
I posted a video, and it got 1,000 views.
Nice.
Awesome.
That is
My
actually
rough average prior was like 70, which wasn't bad. And now the last couple of videos I posted are getting a couple hundred views, which that's pretty good.
yeah.
I've also been messing around with AI a bit, taking photos and using AI to turn me into Muppets. It's kind of horrifying.
It's fun.
I've seen that on Instagram. I've seen
Yeah,
other.
it's fun.
yeah.
It's fun. It's a little horrifying, but
Yeah.
you know.
God, I like
Is
that.
that
Who
what-
knows what I would
I'm
look
ready
like as a Muppet?
Is that what Brooks was talking about? Like VTubers, people that are they're
No,
just an
that's-
avatar.
VTubers are a bit different. VTubers use like a webcam and use animations,
Okay.
pre-made animations, and to move around for gestures
Okay.
to simulate if they're actually on like a webcam or something.
I don't even know. I'm trying to think if I ever had. I think in the first 17 or 18 months of doing YouTube, I don't know if I had a video organically get 1,000 views. I was stuck in like the 200 to 300 range
Well,
for a long time.
organic, yeah. I guess the thing is also there are hashtags,
Yep.
which definitely did help the video.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but yeah, it was so excited, and it's only and I've only like posted like 20 videos.
Oh, good for
So
you.
having like one of your early videos have like 1,000 views, that's pretty exciting.
That
Yeah,
is
that's
really
awesome.
cool. Are you doing long form or short form?
We're just really bending.
I'm
the
doing a lot of
rules.
short,
Oh,
mainly just it's simpler.
yeah. All right. Banana just told me and you that we're breaking the rules. I'm gonna buzz myself. We're not supposed to talk about this stuff until you get a question.
He'd actually got really interested and forgot
Okay.
we were playing it.
I know. Sorry. Here's your quiz question phrase game thing.
Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. What is it? What is somebody referring to if they say extra extra? Read all about it.
Oh, newspapers.
Yes, you got it.
Very good. It makes me think of like
I've
the old,
watched Newsies.
the Newsies. Oh, there's that funny Pete Holmes bit about Batman accuses Superman. He's like, and your secret identity is basically just one of the Newsies. He's like, I'm not a newsie. That's funny. All right, so now that you've actually gotten that, you did tell us about your channel. Is there anything else?
Let's see. I am Taylor Swift. So you mentioned Taylor Swift earlier, and I am a Swiftie.
Okay.
That's a name for Taylor Swift's fans.
Yep.
And I just want to put this out there. Taylor Swift does play guitar and piano.
In the concerts?
Yes, she did it on her Eras tour.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
All right.
I was gonna say I know she played guitar. I guess I didn't know about piano.
Oh man, I don't want now I want everybody that was listening to me talk about them. Let me do the follow up. I don't mean to piss off the Swifties, but I think what I mean is just like she's a front woman. It's about her. I just kind of like four people that get together.
Like-
There's a drummer, there's a bassist, there's a guitarist, and a singer or singer/guitarist. I just kind of like, when
it's not Pete's
like
type of
Queen.
music. I mean, he's not
Yeah.
into Lady Gaga either. You
No,
know?
I mean I just kind of like the vibe of a band. I mean, when I was a kid, like a little kid, my dad turned me on to Aerosmith, and those are like, a bunch of dudes like coming up with music. And then, in the 90s, I used to listen to Pearl Jam, Green Day, Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden, Metallica, Megadeth. And so there's something to me that I kind of like the vibe and the feeling, Motley Crue of a band. And I just feel like a lot of the music these days is single person centric, and I feel like just some of the vibe is lost a little bit. It's different. It's different.
It's
I
just
don't know.
in my
A
opinion,
good
it's different.
band, if you want like a new band, is called AJR.
Yeah, they're not that new.
Oh, I know
they're not that
AJR.
new.
Yeah, what's that super popular butter? Oh, damn it! What's that?
World's smallest violin really needs an audience.
Oh my gosh, you get points for using an old timey for like the world's smallest violin.
Yeah. I like AJR. That's cool. I like I work because I do a lot of work for a rock radio station in Detroit, and I get to hear like upcoming band. There's still like there's a good rock scene in Detroit. Like Pop Evil is one of the bands up there. There's a few good bands. But it's not like it wasn't. I feel like in the 90s, there was like a new band coming out every minute. They were really pumping the
Yeah,
band.
Absolutely.
my favorite band is Queen. They
Oh
have
my
some,
gosh, another
like-
point. I like you.
Yeah. Have you
That is one of my
seen
favorite.
the movie Bohemian Rhapsody?
Oh, it is a beautiful movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is a
We enjoyed
beautiful
that so
movie.
much.
Yeah. I got like
My-
really into Queen after we watched / listened to that movie.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I think my favorite Queen song, it's a bit hard to say, but it is either Nostalgic Reasons, We Will Rock You, or Bohemian Rhapsody.
Rhapsody, yeah.
I always pronounce that wrong.
That's funny. I have so many
But
things I
yeah.
always pronounce wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. We when we have all of our another one bites the dust. We have all of our systems hooked up to home speakers, like in all the ceilings and everything. So that's one of the channels we'll pick a lot. We'll say, I can't say it aloud because it'll start playing in all the speakers in the house, but play, Queen from Pandora or something like that. And it plays a lot of good music for us.
Yeah.
Your callers or our callers, whatever you want to say, are giving us so many good ideas because sometimes we're like on repeat about the same genre of music that we play downstairs, and we
Yeah.
are having a friend over
Yeah.
tonight, and we are definitely going to play Queen.
Yeah, we're gonna rock Queen as soon as Nisha gets here for her birthday
Yeah.
celebration.
Happy birthday, Nisha.
I need more
Oh,
sound
tell her
effects.
happy birthday.
Will do. Thank you for the call. Thank you for the conversation.
Yeah, thank you for calling.
Welcome. Bye.
Well,
Bye.
I feel like I should do this every night. Something about screwing up the beginning of the show has
I-
resulted in a bunch of really good callers.
Yeah. I feel like I want to hang out with him.
I think maybe everybody could tell that like Pete looked stressed. That was probably really bad. That didn't go well, and then they decided to up their game and give us a bunch of good calls today.
You put on your fake "I'm not stressed" voice earlier.
Whatever. All my voices are fake to a degree.
No, they're not. Not your actual stressed out voice.
Actual stressed out voice.
Yeah.
I wonder if Nisha, because we're so late, I wonder if she's like sitting out. Nisha, if you're sitting outside in your car
We
and
left the door open.
and listening to the show right now, Steve is in his crate, so he won't jump up and try to eat you. The only thing that will happen is Skylar will come down and greet you, and then we can start with the birthday celebrations. But in the meantime, we're taking some calls. 760-517-6844. Who's this?
Hey, it's me again, and I have a joke.
Okay, good.
Well, wait. First of all,
Um,
who's me? I mean, like we know.
We've had a few me's.
Yeah.
It's not Cody.
No, it's me, Logan.
It's Logan.
Oh, okay.
I was like, it's not Rob. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fire away
All
with
right,
the
what's
joke.
All right. Why did the blind guy fall into the well?
Don't know.
Speak.
Because he didn't see that well.
Okay, that was like dumb and funny at the same time.
Ding. I like that. You didn't see that well. That's a good one. I like that. Thank you for calling back just for that.
That's great.
I appreciate it. Now I feel like we're just going to get like a bunch of people calling up with like
Well,
funny blind jokes.
Yeah. So, yeah. Here we go.
What? You gonna give me an old time phrase?
No. Okay. Nope. Somebody. This
Well,
has,
he didn't. He already had a question, so we don't have. him
I
on-
know,
Oh, okay.
but I'm trying to stick with the theme.
Okay.
Okay. So for the next person, I just wanted to find the one that was about blind people.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get the next caller in line. 760-517-6844. We're taking jokes and asking people if they know bananas phrases. Who's this?
Hello,
Hey, who's this?
this is Laura.
Laura, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ohio.
All right. You want to play bananas phrase game?
Sure.
All right, Banana, go ahead. We're keeping it on theme,
Yeah,
apparently.
keeping on theme about blind stuff. What does it mean? What is the phrase? A nod is as good as a wink to a blind man.
It means don't bother nodding or winking. They can't see it.
It sounds that's my guess. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I think that is the answer, but I took it a step further in my head. I haven't Googled it yet, but I wondered if it was like it had to do with like a deal, like if somebody doesn't actually say yes and they just nod, it's like it's
Yeah,
it's not
that
as-
that was my guess. It's kind of like, okay, nod to a blind man. It just
It
It
doesn't
doesn't
seem
count.
like-
It doesn't
I
count, right?
There's another.
yeah,
I'm
was
trying
it
to.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. You get point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
good.
were right. I
That's
was
right.
wondering if my like extension of it was right.
What is the old expression though? It's like don't speak when you can nod. Don't nod when you can smile. Like give as little away as possible. I have to see if I can remember that one. I don't remember that one off the top
There's
of my
a phrase that my friend Connett's mom used to say. Like she would say, "Look with your eyes, not your mouth," meaning don't. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like look first,
heard
look
that one, too.
around
Oh.
rather than ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
My brain went a very different way in that thing. I was like, what am I doing with my mouth? All right, Laura in Ohio. Do you have something? Congratulations on getting that one. Did you have something you wanted to
Oh,
ask
thank
us?
you. Well, I just wanted to tell y'all that I've been watching you, Pete, for a while now. Okay, I've been watching you since Superdog,
Okay.
and I absolutely adore you. I want to adopt you.
Thank you. That's really nice.
I'm 62 years old, and you have become one of my official grandsons.
Oh,
Because
part of the family.
you are so inspirational. I have 3 legally blind brothers. They
Oh,
were
wow.
born that way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And 2 of them like to do carpentry. They are extremely good at it. And the other one is a mechanic.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. And I asked him, I says, how can you tell, what's what? And he says, all you have to do is feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, if there's a leak, I can feel it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing that
So,
No, it's impressive that they, despite the challenges of their eyesight, that they went on. I mean, because I harp on it a lot because it's a really important and just mind blowing figure. I think we're up to like 85 or 90% of blind people are unemployed and on some form of government assistance at this point, and that's just a massive number, like so much higher
yeah.
than any other. Because, and I think your brothers and probably you would know this, is because the learning curve to attempt doing anything, like let alone getting a job in carpentry or mechanics, like the learning curve is huge, whereas other people can learn by watching or measure once cut twice because they can see the measurements. Like having to
Right.
feel everything just takes so much longer.
Let's measure twice, cut once.
Measure twice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Exactly.
But also,
And-
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, I get to talk all the time.
No, you go ahead. I love that voice.
Well, I was going to say, so learning how to edit audio on a computer for me, the learning curve was painful. Like when I got switched from one software to another one, I kind of broke out in tears. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to learn this. It's so hard. It's so difficult. And then I made it a much more tactile system. Like all these buttons that I've got that I'm holding for the camera right now are things that I use in editing audio. And so I don't have to look. And at a certain point, when you're not
Right.
looking, I bet your brother, the mechanic, is like this. He can find his tools faster. He can probably locate the part of
yeah.
an engine quicker because some people, even though they know exactly where something is, they still use their stupid eyes to look for it. I'm like, you don't need to. You're slowing yourself down. Just reach. Just grab it.
Exactly. Just reach and feel.
Yeah.
And they taught me that throughout my life. You know, you don't always have to see things, you know, and they gave me a better appreciation for music, you know, because, yeah, growing up with my blind brothers, it enhanced a lot of the things that most people take advantage of, you know, or not advantage,
Granted.
but
Take for granted.
for granted. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. And the little twist on that is I have one of the brothers, he used to be a substitute teacher.
Yep.
And yeah, and he is a twin. And his twin had better than 20/20 eyesight
Oh.
when he was
Wow.
Oh, that's
and
weird.
his pupils are oblong.
Oh.
This is a
Yeah,
crazy story.
and he had better than 20/20 vision. And we always thought that was just weird.
That is weird. Is there any resentment? Like one of
Yeah. Why'd you get that good eyes?
No, never. But the one that got the good eyes and everything, he always thought that he took the eyesight from the other one.
That's
And
what
he
I was
always
going to
felt bad
ask. I
about
didn't
it.
want to be the one to
Oh,
say it, but
geez.
I was like, does
Oh,
anybody
I
think?
know it. I know
Yeah.
it. And he kept this in his heart for years. And he finally came forth to his twin about it. And all Jeff could do was laugh. He's like, bro, that's not how it works.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm sure there's a scientific reason as to how that's not, the truth.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
kudos
yeah,
to all of them for keeping going and pushing through. Like it's really is just that first, once you realize, you're a kid, I guess when you're growing up and you've had crappy eyesight from the beginning, it just kind of is what it is. But then you start to realize how
Yeah.
much easier the world is for everybody else. That can get depressing, get really hard. So pushing through those initial steps and saying, you know what, I'm not just going to let others take care of me. I'm going to go out and forge my own way. It's a big, hard first step. But once you do it, your life gets a lot better. So congratulations to them.
Oh, well, thank you. I have two older brothers and one younger brother that are blind, right? And they have always been, like I said, an inspiration for me. If they can get through this while they're blind, I can do that.
Right, I know.
Nice.
And I can relate to what you said about learning from them. The other day,
Oh,
Pete,
God.
yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, this is just a small example, but the other day, Pete was like, "What are you doing?" And I was in the bathroom and I was just brushing my teeth. And he goes, "Why are you in the dark?" And I was like, "I don't need to turn the light on. I don't know. I just like learn to do stuff without seeing."
Right. You do.
Yep.
And just to mess with my brother when we were younger, I'd rearrange his furniture.
Oh,
just
jeez.
to mess with things. Yeah.
Wow.
It was
My-
on play, it was affectionate, it wasn't a major
Yeah.
Why'd I get booted? What'd I do?
Nothing.
Okay, my
Oh.
question to y'all.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, Pete.
Yep.
Did you meet Banana before you totally lost your sight, or have you ever seen her?
My eyesight was pretty crappy when we met, but I was able to, if I got like right up close to her, I was able to, it's funny, like I never, my girlfriends actually appreciated this about me. Like if they ever had like a skin blemish or
Oh, yeah.
or like some runny makeup, like I was not going to
Yeah.
catch any of that. So
Yeah.
it was always, everybody kind of like was perfect. Like the skin tone, everything always looked perfect to me.
Yeah,
And that's where I was when I
exactly.
met her. I saw her pretty blue eyes. I definitely, and that's when I picture her now. I picture exactly how she looked in 2013 when we met.
Aw.
If he gets his eyesight back someday, he's going to be like, "Whoa, what happened to you?"
What happens when I look in the mirror and I go, whoa, what happened
Yeah.
to me?
Yeah, true.
Just to let you know, Pete, she is absolutely adorable.
Okay.
When she smiles, her whole face smiles. There's people that have, smiles and, you don't show it. No.
Yeah.
When she smiles, her whole face smiles. She's a beautiful
That's how I earned all of my
You get
smile
good.
lines.
Well, thank you for the call, Laura. I really
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
and thank you for saying that. That's sweet.
Y'all have a wonderful evening, and I'm so glad I got through.
Yeah, we are too. Thank
I did
you.
you
It
too.
was really
Thanks a
nice
lot.
to talk to you.
Have a good night.
Bye.
So what are we at for time now? 6:17. So I
Oh, geez.
probably told Nisha she could come in between 6:10 and 6:15. I think she
Okay.
might be at the front door. Should we take one more for the night? I feel like the call's been really good tonight.
All right, take one more.
All right, we're going to take one more call. And then, Nisha, if you're outside and you're listening, come on in.
Yeah.
We're going to take one last call for the old-timey phrase game. Who is our last caller of the evening? Who's this?
Hi, this is Deacon.
Deacon, I feel like you and I have spoken before. Have you been on before?
Yeah.
All right, you want to play the game tonight?
Sure.
All right, Banana, go ahead.
Okay, what is somebody referring to if they say, "Oh no, I can't. I have 2 left feet."
Mm.
That's hard.
Maybe you're at a get together.
There's an old Steve Martin movie called My Left Foot. This one goes back to, you're full circling this. This goes back to the cut a rug.
Cut a rug thing.
Yeah. If you were watching the very beginning of the show and you know what cut a rug means, my 2 left feet, my 2 left feet refers to this very directly. I like your forethought on that, Banana. Was that foreshadowing? All right, very good. Deacon, are you Googling or thinking?
Hard.
All right, let's see. If you, all right, okay.
Let's hold on. Since we've had Deacon on before, let's see if we can get one more caller on the evening.
Okay, can I tell you really quick that I Googled cut a rug while you're talking about your workout?
Oh, yeah.
And it comes from, I told you I was going to tune you out.
Yeah, you did.
It comes from the jitterbug, which was like from the 20s or 30s. Yeah. And it was like this high energy dance. And so basically, people would like destroy people's rugs.
Oh, cutting the rug.
Yeah.
All right, but we are on my 2 left feet right now. Who's this? Who's our real last caller?
This is Matt. I'm calling from Ohio as well.
All right, Matt. We got 2 Ohios tonight. Do you know what it means to cut a rug? Do you know what it means to have 2 left feet?
Yeah, 2 left feet, if I'm correct, means that you're usually clumsy about stuff. Because if you were to have 2 left feet, you'd be walking around all funny.
Is that it, Banana?
That is like almost a ding, ding, ding.
I want to give it 1 ding.
Yeah,
but there's a double ding.
You're not wrong. It does mean that, but if somebody was to, but what does it usually pertain to specifically? Like, what is something you wouldn't want to do because you have 2 left feet?
Probably something to do with like walking or running or just like, that sort of method of transportation because you'd constantly be tripping over yourself.
I'm giving a clue to
So
people
we were
that have
talking about the
eyesight right now.
jitterbug.
Sorry, what was that? I'm doing a clue for people that have eyes.
Do you
right
know
now.
what the jitterbug is? Are you familiar with? It's a particular kind of fill in the blank.
It starts with
jitterbug.
It starts with D and has E at the end and has ank in the middle of it.
Oh, okay, dancing. Sorry, I don't know why that took me so long. Yeah, no, it refers to being a bad dancer.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's like
So a lot of times if you're at a wedding and somebody's like, "Come dance," we're like, "No, I can't. I have 2 left feet."
Or if you,
So you were right, about it being
you're
like,
clumsy, but
uncoordinated.
It's a situationally specific old timey phrase.
Yep.
So you got 1 ding for the first attempt and 2 for figuring out D E ank in the middle of it.
All right.
But do you have something for us to wrap up the evening?
Yeah, I wanted to tell a joke and then I wanted to ask a question.
All right. Sure, go ahead.
All right, so joke is horse walks into a bar.
Yeah.
Bartender says, "Why the long face?" Horse says, "Because my alcoholism is destroying my family."
Not the typical long horse face joke. Okay.
I'm really
then
dark humor.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right. So then my question would be, has there ever been like an example that you can think of anything that you've interacted with in the real world that had Braille on it and you're like, this seems kind of useless or redundant. Why is there Braille on this?
I don't feel for Braille because I don't know. Why did the air just like someone just blew a fan or something? Did something just happen?
Well, Nisha's in the doorway. Maybe she has such a presence. Yeah. Pete, you can feel her.
Yeah, just something like the air blew in here differently. So Nisha's over there apparently. You bring some certain air with you. But so I don't.
I'm sitting outside, so.
I don't feel for Braille, but I always thought it was kind of funny. Like I remember when I was living in Manhattan and I worked in the McGraw-Hill building, and the elevators all had the numbers and then the Braille underneath them. I'm like, why do I need to know Braille numbers? Like, because they were all raised numbers. Like, I was on the 36th floor and I could feel 3, 6, and that's how I found it.
Oh.
I'm like, I didn't need to spend like months and years learning the numbers for Braille 3-6. I can just feel the actual 3-6.
I can't say I even notice Braille very often, but I was at the ATM earlier today, and it caught my eye that it's.
Well, I would want that
But
in Braille if I
if you
knew
think
Braille.
about it, like if you're on that side, like it was a drive-up ATM. So why would if I can't see, why would it be in the driver's side of the car?
That's true. That's a good
Right?
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the call. Thank you. Should we get Nisha in front of the camera just to say hi to everybody?
Yeah. Come on over.
You want to pop in and say hello?
I just found Skylar.
Come in the middle.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh, did you just whack your head on the?
Nope, just my elbow.
Okay.
Yep.
Hi.
Hi. This is the birthday girl holding. Do you have a little baby with you? Yeah, you got the baby
Yeah,
with
it's a baby, and she's so sweet.
you. We had some real. Did you hear me telling you?
I was listening to all, and that lady, I was like, "Can I be adopted too?"
Yeah.
She seems so great.
Laura
Totally,
from where's
yeah.
Laura from? I think she was in Ohio. We had a
adopt
handful of
all of
Ohio's
us.
tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, she was really
We'll go
nice.
live with her.
Yeah.
But yeah, the show started terribly, but we got it figured out.
I heard you talk about his stress voice. So I'm
Yeah,
like, I know that voice
yeah,
in the water.
What's my stress? What's my stress voice? What's my fake stress voice?
Kind of short.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Completely.
you. Yeah.
True.
Is it hard to not take it personally? Do you know that my stress isn't your fault?
No, I just think like, oh yeah, I'd be stressed too. If I couldn't see right
You have
now.
a nicer
I had to figure this out.
process
You
than
know.
I do.
Yeah, I do. I talked to Nisha about that. I was trying to explain something technical to her over the weekend, and I was like, Banana has made it apparent to me that my voice makes me sound like a bit of a jackass when I'm trying to, because I get short and kind of staccato, and my voice gets a little. I'm just explaining this to you, and that's just how I talk and explain. But Banana has pointed out that makes me a bit of an AWOD.
Well, I don't know if I use those exact words, but
I think the point was made.
yeah.
But yes, Nisha was the video that I posted today on YouTube where I survived.
Woohoo!
You were there.
I'm the one who sent him on that wave.
No,
I'm
you-
Sorry.
I didn't.
Still have a bump on your head.
I do.
Oh,
Yeah, I do. The one thing I didn't have time for, because the videos all got to be short, is the one thing that I was thinking about. I was thinking about a handful of things. First of all, the commenters, and trying to figure out if I knew which way was up, and that really did happen. I did started to swim sideways while I was
Question
under the water,
yourself,
because
yeah.
I was like, maybe I'm not going, because I'd swum so many times I still hadn't hit the top. I'm like, what if I am going the wrong way? But the other voice that was in my head is Nisha always tells me on days when I go out and I'm a little nervous, a little worked up about going out there. She says that you can hold your breath for longer than you
You
think.
can always
Yeah.
hold your breath. And it's really like, I'm like, can you hold your breath for 10 seconds, 12 seconds? And then that video showed 14. And I'm like,
14.
that is a really long time.
Yeah.
When you're being like tackled and thrashed around underwater. And like, it's almost like you're just being punched and beat up underwater.
It is,
for 14
and I think there were a couple commenters. I thought there'd be more. There's only a couple commenters. People like, you can hold your breath for 14 seconds, no problem. Like, yeah, in a controlled
but
environment.
not in a panicked situation.
Yeah, when you're
But,
ready for it.
But you can. It's just that in your head, you're worried a lot more than you would be if you're just, if your friends were like, how long can you hold your breath?
And so you don't know how long you're going to have to hold it.
Yeah, well, that's it. It was after the fourth paddle I hadn't broken the surface. If I've done 4 paddles up, and I'm a powerful kicker to begin with,
Strong kicker.
and I wasn't at the surface after 4 of those. I'm like, that's
I
not
can just
good.
see your board tombstoning, and I'm like, Pete?
Yeah.
Pete?
Yeah.
You coming up
This
anytime
way.
soon?
You attached
Yeah.
to that?
Yeah, but I did have in my head that you can hold your breath for longer than you. But there's still, so I knew I could hold it, but there's still a little bit of like, I'd still like to come up sometime soon.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you handled that really well. Like, I paddled up to you, and you're like, it's time to go in.
Yeah. I mean, the bonk in the head was kind of the final nail in the coffin, to use an old timey
yeah,
phrase.
yeah.
Banana.
There you go.
Yeah, that
Nailed
was like,
it.
all right,
So many.
bonk on my head.
Old timey code.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna begin the birthday festivities. Let me fire off my end exit theme music a little lower. Where is it? There we go. Happy belated birthday to Banana. Thanks to Skylar for finally coming over to say hi.
Belated birthday to Banana.
Oh, happy whatever. You're the same person. Who cares?
I mean, makes
No
it
wonder
look
other
alike.
people are confused. You're confused.
Happy belated birthday to Nisha. Thanks
I'll
to
take it.
Banana
Thanks to Banana.
for coming up with all those great phrases. Thanks for our some of our best callers I think we've ever had. Anybody that stuck through our weird beginning, I appreciate
Thanks
it.
for all the people who called with the joke.
Yes,
Yeah.
jokes are fun.
Those were great.
I'm like, you laugh more at those jokes than you do at mine.
1 Mrs. Hippie, 2 Mrs. Hippie. All right, thanks everybody. Till next week.
See you later.